last hour, President Trump says the U.S., Israel, and Iran have reached a ceasefire, saying each will abide by it in the coming hours. But some state leaders are still expressing concern about the future of our nation after Iran's attack on a U.S. base in Qatar.
Some say it could have implications for the rest of the state of Alabama. WDHN State Capitol reporter Ryan Hall explains.
President Donald Trump carried out Operation Midnight Hammer over the weekend. Iran responded today by firing their own missiles at a U.S. base in Qatar. Some state leaders tell me they are worried about rising tensions with Iran, while others say the operation will help keep our country safe.
No one wants war, but I think when you've given warning after warning, people have to know that you're serious.
For every action, regardless of what the situation is, there is a reaction.
Leaders have different opinions about what that reaction could be after the U.S. bombed nuclear sites in Iran.
And it will not continue.
Iran has since fired missiles at a U.S. base in Qatar. Senator Keith Kelly says the strikes were for the safety of our country and Europe.
The president has given warning after warning of what the results would be if they didn't comply. And quite honestly, I think with the stepped up attacks and all that, he really didn't have a choice.
As a veteran, Representative Sam Jones of Mobile says Congress should have been consulted before that choice was made. He says nuclear weapons should be eliminated, but through dialogue.
And I hope that cooler heads prevail. And I hope that we look at diplomacy in trying to resolve these issues, because there are some wars that almost never end.
And Representative Kelvin Datcher agrees Republicans and Democrats have to come together.
And so we've got to find a way. As Americans, we deserve for our leaders to be on the same page, particularly when it comes to precarious moments like that we're facing right now.
But Senator Kelly says people can be confident in the president's decision.
Israel has supported us. They're our key ally in the Middle East. As Israel goes, I think Europe goes. So we have to keep that in mind as well.
Other state leaders took to X to express their thoughts on the airstrikes. In a post, Governor Kay Ivey thanks the president and says, quote, "Peace through strength works. Operation Midnight Hammer worked." But Representative Terry Sewell posted that the action, quote, "brings us dangerously close to all-out war in the Middle East." In Montgomery, Ryan Hall, WDHN News, Wiregrass.
And the two Wiregrass natives in Congress, Senator Katie Britt and Representative Barry Moore, are supporting the move to strike Iran. Moore saying, quote, "I stand with President Trump. God bless him and our brave service members." And Senator Britt taking to X to say, "I stand by President Trump, strong and surgical. Please pray for peace." We caught up with Senator Britt last week before the U.S. got involved, and this is what she had to say about Iran's ability to create and have a nuclear weapon.
And there is no partial win in this. It is absolutely no enrichment, and it is complete and total dismantlement of the nuclear program. And if not, we will look back at this moment in time where we could have prevented Iran from having a nuclear weapon, and we will wish that we had pulled them to the table or made them pay the consequences.
Vice President J.D. Vance saying the U.S. is not at war with Iran, but instead the country's nuclear program. Other top Republicans pledge the strikes won't lead to boots on the ground.